Kaizer Chiefs, please come and sign me. I'm a striker with 12 goals. Please do the honors. Well, guys, we're gonna be talking about that, and also we're gonna be looking at the former Kaizer player and what he said in terms of Luke Batman and also Plea Velebhayi. But obviously, before we dive into all of those details, guys, please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will get notified. Now, please, let's just get this video to at least 500 likes. Guys, this is what the former Chiefs player said. Out of the two Cape Town Spurs players, Chiefs are reportedly targeting. I really hope they succeed in signing Batman. He's got the qualities to do well at the club. I'm not as convinced by Velebhayi. Look, I know there's a lot of hype around him, but in my opinion, he's not the kind of player who would shine at Chiefs. He's done well for Cape Town Spurs and can fit in at other teams, but Chiefs, I don't see it. We've seen it before with players like Ranga Shivaviro, Lebogang Manyama, and others. They looked good at their previous clubs, but couldn't replicate that form at Chiefs. That's what I fear with Velebhayi. However, when it comes to Batman, Batman is young, he's talented, and for me, he's got the potential to become one of the best. I think he would improve a lot at a big club, but honestly, I do rather see him join Pirates than Chiefs. I believe he will thrive playing alongside players like Relebohile Mfokeng, Tito Masongane, and others at Pirates. At Chiefs, I feel he might struggle. We are currently seeing with young stars such as Mduduzi Shabalala and Mfundo Vilakazi. They seem to be under pressure and haven't fully settled. Junior Kanya. Well, there's something I just want to quickly try and clarify in terms of this, and then we will move on. Yes, I understand. You look at the player like Plea Velebhayi, you look at Batman. Now, those two youngsters, to be honest, as much as they are quality, as much as they do have the potential to reach, greater height, we still have to go back to one thing that we need to be honest about. Bafana, they still need coaching, number one. That is the thing. They need coaching. They need, someone who's going to be able to work with them. And so far, if you look at Pirates, you look at Kaizer Chiefs, chances of Batman and Velebhayi having more game time is at Kaizer Chiefs rather than go Orlando Pirates, because Orlando Pirates, he will not be playing, but rather he will be competing with the likes of Relebohile Mfokeng. That is clear competition. Yes, I know they've recently lost Haungkota, but they've made a good replacement. But it's a show what they sign. Oswin Apollos, I know he's not playing, the last side that much. He's playing both left and right. But anyways, we have to be honest. At Pirates, they're gonna have, like Angas. I don't know how to put it, but they're gonna have, difficult time trying to make a name for themselves. But when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, currently we've seen Coach Nazareth Nabi has improved a lot of players. We have to be honest, as a coach that he is, we've seen Ox. Now today, by some sort of sheer luck, I was watching the game that we played against Cape Town Spurs. I just wanted to see in terms of these young players, especially Plea Velebhayi, to see how good he is, because I know he's a player who's fast, pacey, and he likes to cut inside. Definitely, that is something that I feel like the coach wants. Even though our team currently, when they cut inside, they do a cut inside, but they do not take or execute the shots. That is something I'm still not happy about. I was hoping to see more of that, but currently I haven't seen much of that. So you look at Plea Velebhayi, he cuts inside, he takes the shot. Definitely splendid, something that we want. And as a winger that he is, and currently Kaizer Chiefs looking for a winger that is going to play. He's a left winger, remember, and that position is currently filled by Pulemodi. You understand? Even though it can be played by Lilepo, it can be played by Sereno, it can be played by Mduduzi Shabalala, but we need that one player that will say, definitely, this is the player that can hold the reins. And also, that is not just going to improve the player himself, it's also going to improve players like Abu Bulemodi, because at the end of the day, you will understand what Maji second competition is no longer going to be like a preferred starter if he doesn't execute what he needs to execute. Last season, don't get me wrong, he did have good moments and also bad moments. Now you look at Velebhayi, and we are hoping to see good performances from him, despite being a young player, despite being a player that you feel like, okay, Mchita is not going to succeed. It doesn't make sense, Oti, he's going to succeed at this certain club rather than that certain club. If you look at Kaizer Chiefs, as I said, I was watching the previous games. Defensively, we were not solid. I have to be honest. That was the game that we played, the last game that we played, I believe, against the Cape Town Spurs as they were getting relegated. We lost 2-0 to them. Yeah, our defense was poor. Not poor to the sense of it was poor, but we didn't have self-discipline. We were making a lot of mistakes. Even last season, we did have those mistakes coming towards the end of the season. Same thing that happened, the previous season before Coach Nazarene Nabi joined. But this season, looking at things, you can see our defense is much better. We look more solid. Coach did something. Coach did something in terms of the player mentally and physically. There's something improved from the players. There's confidence. There's a lot of something that shows that, okay, those players, they understand what they need to do in terms of the squad. Yes, we still need to see more. We still need to get into the league and start the games. We will be playing on the 10th. I heard someone ask me in terms of my ticket, please try to buy the ticket at Kaizer Chiefs website themselves. And also I will check if you're not going to buy online, but I will check for you. Do not worry about that. So as I was saying, look, Batman, Arsenal Velebhayi, they have more chances of improving here at this club currently rather than going to Orlando Pirates, because they will not be having some game time, which is something definitely that will be something that will be hindering the players from getting what they need. And the style of play, to be honest, I know Ngasho to Velebhayi plays more like Urile, but Urile now has more experience, playing KEF and everything. He is more matured. He understands a lot better. And then with player like Asanele, he still needs work, he still needs time. And also with Batman, same thing. I believe he will need some time, he will need some work. I understand, guys, he scored against us. He was just 17. We should not use that. We need to look at everything on a different angle and look at the players without emotions. And we've seen coach has or is trying to give the youngsters some game time, and he believes in those youngsters, which is something I'm not too sure with the new coach of Orlando Pirates are they going to do. And despite that, like I've said, they've already signed Austin Apollos to make sure they are covered. They have other players that I've seen so far, which definitely those guys do not want to sign any other players. But other than that, I don't know. You can let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Now, moving on to the striker who wants, Kaizer just to sign him, as he is a free agent. He's begging and pleading. Now, this is what he said. He says, 2 clubs made contact, but I was not happy with the proposals about a month ago. It was not even one of the big 3 clubs in South Africa. Okay, with regard to Kaizer Chiefs, they never contacted me. I have seen people writing a lot of nonsense that I'm negotiating with them, but nothing like that has happened. All the things on the internet about me and Chiefs are not true, because they have never contacted me. That what I know is that I have shown myself in a good way, but maybe it's not good enough for some clubs. Now, this is what Danan Zashmovic is saying, the former TS Galaxy center forward, which I know as fans we were hoping with the Kaizer just will sign this guy, because we do not understand what is happening with Etiosa Ikutaro, and we did not understand what is happening with Uluk Batman. Now, I've even seen Liam Ben. I understand why Amazulu FC are interested in that defensive midfielder who can play left back, center back. He's a very versatile player, and other than that, he's very good. I've seen him. He's proper. So You look at, Zenan Zashmovic, you look at Arsenal Velebhayi, you look at Etiosa Ikutaro, it wouldn't make any sense for Kaizer Chiefs currently to say we want to sign with Zashmovic. That will mean extra pay, and already you look at, let me make an example, the players that we currently have: Favo Silva, centre forward; Bandile Duba, centre forward; Naledi Hlongwane. Yes, I know you guys won't be saying Uti is part of the team, but he is part of the team. He did sign a contract. Naledi Hlongwane, centre forward; Teshuk Morris, centre forward; Ashley Dupreez, centre forward; and then you bring in Etiosa Igudaro, centre forward. You bring in Uluk Batman, 7. Those are 7 strikers currently I'm talking about. And then last but not least, you bring in Udzanan Zashmovic. Now, it wouldn't make any sense for Kaizer just to do something like that. So despite him wanting to be signed or wanting to join any PSL team, because I don't know whether he wants Kaizer Chiefs specifically or he just wants a team to be able to play. Other than that, another thing is age factor. That might also be something that is limiting him. But for me, as I would have loved to see the guy donning the black and gold jersey to see how he's going to perform. But at the end of the day, we need to be honest in terms of how things are happening and how things have been done. Despite all of this, Kaizer Chiefs already made plans, and I don't think those plans include Lieutenant Zashmovic. But anyways, we will see as time goes on. If the deal fails of Etiosa Igudaro and also the deal of Luke Batman fails, then maybe they will sign Lieutenant Zashmovic because he's a free agent. So anytime he will be available to be able to sign, and then they will loan out maybe Teshuk Morris or who else, I don't know, but they will need to make sure they cut down a little bit in terms of the players, because now it will mean a lot of players and they will need to get paid. But other than that, I don't know. You let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I believe this is it, Bafito. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, something new. Peace.